So here I am again after half a year without making videos. I believe so. I don't even remember when was my last time that I did a video in English. About soybeans, how this crops is looking like this year, how it was. I planted the soybeans. I started planting in October. It ran really well this year. It was almost perfect because it started October, had really a great amount of rain, 20 millimeters, and no shortage of rain this year. And yes, I had planted in the right time. In beginning of October I started, and in 23rd of October I finished. So these soybeans are really in the best time of the year to be planted. So no rain shortage, and also always rain with some sunlight, and without this cloudy weather. So till Christmas. Christmas time, after Christmas time, you have to really more rain, more cloudy weather. It's not so good for the soybeans to develop and to fulfill the pods and get very bit. But even though it was okay, so in January we have 2 weeks or even more of cloudy weather that it was really worrisome because I had already some soybeans to be harvested, and they're really tough. I don't lose anything with rotten soybeans, so it was really great. Of course, that some yields maybe I lost because of that, because of the weight when it's raining and drying, and you lose some weight on the soybeans. But yes, it was not so great yielding. The yield not so great. I was 3,600 kilos to almost 4,000 kilos, so I averaged 2,600 or 2,800 kilos the first varieties. But the other later varieties were yielding better, even 4,800 kilos. And this here is the last variety, and I hope that you have good yields as well. I have heard a lot of in the internet about how is the harvest this year, if they are really having a good year. Yes, I believe so. I have heard from input dealers that saying that everyone they know they are yielding better this year than years before. It's really been, yes, good so far. The other question maybe is because in some regions of the state of Mato Grosso, like Sorriso, Lucas do Rio Verde, Nova Mutum, they started planting the soybeans, sowing the soybeans later this season. The rain started later, and so it means that the corn that is being sowing now, is being planted now, they will be later, so it will silk later. So it means that maybe the yield of us corn will be lower this year. I don't know. It's not. I'm not sure about that. I don't know, because weather can really be different. The rain season can stop later. Something that I noticed, and here in my farm, this 20 plus years that are actually taking note of how much rain is falling, or yes, it's falling each year. It's that in my farm it's starting to rain later. Like October is drier, but the month of April is wetter. The last years, like last 5 years, I noticed this kind of tendency, or yes, that some years, like more than 5 years ago, it was really dry in month of April. So it means that it really was hard on corn, because it's really this when corn is silking, and you really couldn't have any good yields with that amount of rain, like 50 millimeters, 80 millimeters. In the last years is like 150. Last year I had 200 millimeters in April, and maybe it's kind of change, and I hope that it continues. So at least for corn is really great. If it's starting later and stopping later, is really okay, because the amount of rain is almost all the same, except like last year we had El Nino, and then of course everything is different But this year, what comes about the weather, but it was almost perfect. And yes, about weather is perfect. Soybeans looking okay. I have some problems with some weeds. Okay, you can see this green on. It's really hard to yeah, to kill them. Glyphosate is not working, and you have really to change and use another the older pre-emergent herbicides, all these older herbicides that we have, and unfortunately it's been hard on us. But I hope that you can, using those pre-emergent herbicides with the years, you can reduce the seed banks and soil. So maybe yeah, you have this no so much problem with those weeds. What I would like to talk more about, let me see. The problems that we have, infrastructure. Every year is becoming worse when it comes about to take those elevators. They are not taking. They are really getting slower to receive the soybeans. It's really a nightmare because when it's sunny and you can harvest, your trucks are always spending all day long on the elevator to be uploaded or oh sorry downloaded. No, I don't know. And yeah, this is really a huge problem for us. And you may be asking why you don't use silo bags, but silo bags you can only use when the soybeans are dry, like 14% or lower, and that's not the case because you harvest here like 18%, 20%, 22%. And it's really pretty rare that you harvest soybeans in this time of the year with 14% or even lower. That's really you have to be looking, and that's not the case. We have to should be a warehouse where you can dry your beans, and so you can yes, we keep them for a period of time. So of course that you are talking about with neighbors, and maybe you can build together elevators so you can solve this problem, because it's really as you know, that's, I would say, as a farmer, unfortunately Mato Grosso is harvesting each year more soybeans. It's not good because the prices are not so great. That's another question, another subject that you can talk about how the real devaluation affect us over here. It's actually, in the long run, it's not good because our inputs are, everything is on dollar. Brazil imports, I believe, now 90% or even more than 90% of potassium from abroad, 70 or 80% of phosphorus, and all the inputs are based on dollars. So when you do barter, actually doing soybeans, because this is our currency. It's not even, don't use reais because the Brazilian currency. We use soybeans. It's our currency because it's not a currency that have stability and something like that. And what maybe help with the devaluation that happens before you harvest our soybeans, and in reais it stayed same price, like 100 reais in my region, 105 reais, is that all the debt that you have in reais, like you have to pay machinery that you bought and finance it. So yes, that helped because you have this amount of money that you have to pay each year, and in reais. So with the devaluation, it helps to maintain in reais the value of the soybeans. But of course, inputs are then in reais really higher, and it's always, you find the right moment to do your business, to purchase your inputs, your fertilizers, and pesticides, all the stuff, seeds, and you have to really find the ideal moment. And that can be tough, but I hope they can pay all the bills this year and more better. I have to wait and see what happens with corn. I'm really at the first corn already up, and in third leaf already, I'd say, could call it. Yes. Yeah, I believe that's it. I don't remember anymore what more I could talk about. Maybe others. Yeah, Yeah, it's all the question. If you ask me what I think about how big will be the harvest in Brazil the soybeans, I can't say much. It's really, I believe this happens all the world around and the farmers, because I just know what happens with my farm and my neighborhood, and that's what I've heard. But it's only when you are harvesting and that you know how big or how bad is your soybeans are yielding. So because it's really amazing when the weather is different, when you soybeans have more sunlight and enough water and soil, and how it plays with the grain or the weight of the grain. It's really amazing, because you can see maybe years that soybeans look like almost the same as this one, and you have really like 20% less yielding less, or and it's yes, I do believe that because I have more distance, if the rows are more bigger distance, that it will help it a bit as well, because there's more sunlight and the lower leaves, and also the product fungicide goes down better and all the stuff. And yeah, there's some change that I made last year, and that I believe that it helped as well a little bit. But we've maintained more healthy plants, so sort of say, and or the fungicide, all these products are having more efficacy or something like that. And yes, I don't know. Yeah, what more? I don't know. I believe that's is I can say someone. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I see you next time, and maybe I come with some new ideas to talk about. But I believe that that's it. Yeah, see ya.